Hey guys, it's Brooke. Welcome back to my channel, or to my channel if you're new here. I hope you guys stay. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about something absolutely terrifying that happened to me for the first time just a few nights ago, and that is experiencing sleep paralysis. Now, if some of you don't know what sleep paralysis is, I'm going to get into all of that in the video and explain what sleep paralysis is and how it happens and all of that stuff, and then tell you guys my story of experiencing sleep paralysis for the first time. But before we start, I do have an announcement. I just released an original song on my main channel, which is my singing channel. For those of you who are new here and don't know, I am a singer-songwriter. I started my main channel years ago where I posted singing videos and I post covers and original songs, and I just released an acoustic version of one of my very new original songs, I Don't Wanna Be. So I'm gonna link that below. Make sure you guys give that some love and subscribe to my main channel and let me know what you guys think of the song in the comments below. And yeah, alright, so we are going to get into this video talking about sleep paralysis. So I typed into Google sleep paralysis to see what would come up and what definitions would come up, and the first thing that came up was a definition for sleep paralysis, and it says that sleep paralysis is the temporary inability to speak or move while you are about to fall asleep or just waking up. In my case, which we're gonna get into, it was when I was waking up. It also says online that sleep paralysis only lasts about 2 to 3 minutes most times, and that anybody who has ever experienced sleep paralysis describes it as one of the most frightening experiences they've ever experienced. During sleep paralysis, your body is literally completely paralyzed. You're completely conscious and aware of what's going on around you. Your eyes are open, you can see, but you cannot move your body. It's absolutely terrifying. It also said that sleep paralysis is very common for people who have narcolepsy or sleep apnea, but it can literally happen for anyone. It also says that most people start experiencing it in their teens, so some treatments for sleep paralysis. It says that you just have to improve your sleeping patterns, try to go to sleep at the same time every night, make sure you are sleeping in a comfortable environment where your thoughts aren't getting all in your head and you're comfy, and try to avoid drinking caffeine before you fall asleep. Alright, so the symptoms of sleep paralysis is obviously you're paralyzed. It also says that 2 of the symptoms are anxiety and hallucinations. Yes! Hallucinations. I have watched so many videos about people who have experienced sleep paralysis, and I have always been terrified of experiencing it because of their stories where they say that they literally will see demons climbing on them, or demons sitting in the corner of their room, or figures walking around their room. It's insane, and so many people, like literally so many people, have claimed to see some demonic figures while experiencing sleep paralysis. It's absolutely traumatizing, and that is why I have always feared having sleep paralysis. So now we are going to talk about my experience with sleep paralysis. So basically, a couple nights ago, I was having a really scary dream. And in the dream, I was driving this white SUV. It was a Lexus that my dad used to have. And I'm driving down this side street and I'm coming to a stop sign, and I go to press on the brake of the car and the brake just doesn't work. And then I keep trying to press it because I'm coming to a stop sign and the brakes just would not work on the car. So the car is going like, I don't know, I'm gonna say 50 miles per hour down these side streets. I don't know why I was going so fast, but in the dream I remember it was like going really fast and I could not stop. So I just fly through this stop sign. I am flying down the street and I'm like, okay, I can just keep steering and maybe it'll just like eventually slow down and come to a stop on its own. But I knew for that to happen, I would have to keep blowing through stop signs, and I didn't want to injure anybody else. Like, I was thinking that if I was driving and I kept going through stop signs, someone else might have been already going and I can't stop my car, and I didn't want to hurt anybody else. So I was like, alright, that's not gonna work. So I'm just driving thinking, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? And then it came into my head that the only thing I could do was drive my car into a pole. I know that sounds crazy, but I tried thinking of like other things that I would do if I were in that situation, if I were in real life. And like, I feel like that would just be the only thing to do, is drive my car into something so it stops driving. So anyway, in my dream, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna have to steer my car right into this pole right now and hopefully not kill myself. So I unbuckle my seatbelt and I am fully prepared to drive myself into this pole. I start steering towards the left to go right into this pole, and as I'm about to go into this pull, I try to move myself into the passenger seat so I don't get in a head-on collision with this pull. Now, I don't know why I didn't just drive into a pull on my right to already hit the passenger seat, but in my dream, there was a pole to my left, so I was like, I gotta hit this pole. So I'm gonna hit this pole, and all of a sudden, I hit the pole, and I remember feeling my entire body just fly through the windshield. Like, so much momentum was built up. I just, like, the feeling, it literally gives me the chills because I can literally feel that exact feeling of just feeling my entire body and my back just go through the windshield, and like all the adrenaline, it was crazy. So anyway, obviously going through a windshield like that woke me up out of my sleep really scared. But when I woke up out of my sleep really scared, only my eyes woke up. And I remember I was laying on my left side and I'm looking around my room just thinking what just happened to me. Like, I was almost in a daze at first because I really felt like I had gone through a windshield, and then my body was completely paralyzed. I'm looking around my room freaking out. As it's stated in the symptoms that can occur when having sleep paralysis, I was having extreme anxiety. Like, anxiety on a level that I'd never experienced from having a dream, or like, it was just such a foreign feeling. It wasn't the same type of anxiety that I feel like I deal with every day, where it's like I get anxious about things that kind of are dumb almost. It was anxiety of like an in the moment, like almost feeling like I was dying type of anxiety. And my body was just laying there paralyzed. I remember my hands were like this and I couldn't move them. I could not move my hands. I was trying so hard to tell my body to move to my right side because I was getting scared and I couldn't move. I was freaking out. I started breathing so heavily. My heart was racing. Like, my heart never raced so fast in my life. My heart didn't even race that fast when I had to run the mile in high school, okay? I am telling you, my heart was going nuts. I was trying so hard to catch my breath. I felt like I couldn't breathe, and I just felt like I was in a daze. Like, I felt like I was in an alternate type of universe. Like, I couldn't like really figure out what was going on, and it felt like forever. I couldn't move myself for what felt like centuries. I just stayed there looking around my room being like, what just happened to me? What just happened to me? What is happening to me? I thought that I literally went through a windshield and that I like woke up in this paralyzed state and that I wouldn't be able to move for the rest of my life. Like, this is what's going through my head. I'm having such bad anxiety, like a literal full-blown panic attack, except I can't move my body. And when you have panic attacks and anxiety attacks, your body tends to tremble and shake. My body wanted to shake so bad, but it could not move. It literally couldn't even move to like shake. It was so scary. So my anxiety is just building up inside of me, and then finally, after what felt like forever, I was able to slowly like turn my body to the right. I still didn't have complete movement of my body, but I slowly was able to just plop myself to the right side and then try to keep waking myself up. And at this point, I'm trying to calm down from my anxiety, and I was realizing that I was having an anxiety attack because while it was happening, I didn't know what was happening. And I'm just breathing so heavy, like panting. And then finally it stops and I have control of my body again. And I am terrified. I'm laying on my right side, unable to go back to sleep. I am trying to catch my breath, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I've never experienced such bad anxiety from literally like nothing. And I remember after laying down and making myself comfortable, I didn't move from my right side. I moved my arms more like close together, but I like remember being afraid to move my body. I remember just feeling so numb and weird for like a while after, and I just passed back out because like I just didn't want to feel or like remember that feeling. But I just remember being so numb, like completely numb, and being afraid to move my body because I was scared that I was just gonna get paralyzed somehow again. Like, I didn't know what was happening. Again, I was waking up from a dream. So like, I'm thinking, did I hit a nerve and like get myself paralyzed? Like, I didn't know what was going on. I really didn't know what was going on until the morning when I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I experienced sleep paralysis last night. Like, this is crazy. I've never had this happen to me in my life. I've been terrified of it happening to me ever since I started watching videos about it, and then it just happened to me. And it happened out of nowhere. I had a good night's sleep that night. I didn't drink coffee. I never drink coffee. I mean, maybe I drink tea or something. That could be why. Tea is caffeinated. I don't know, but I often drink tea before I go to sleep. It always relaxes me. So I'm really not sure why it happened. And it's not like it was in the back of my head. Like, I used to watch videos about it like years ago. Like, I didn't recently read or watch anything that had to do with sleep paralysis. So it wasn't in the back of my head. It just happened. And it was literally one of the most terrifying things that ever happened to me in my life. I feel like in every single video I make, I say that this was the most terrifying experience that ever happened to me. But I feel like most of these experiences are completely traumatizing to me and are like terrifying in their own different ways. But yeah, so that was my time of experiencing sleep paralysis, and I want to know if you guys have ever experienced sleep paralysis or something like that. I also lucid dream so often, and it's apparently really, really rare, but I experience it so often. Like, I can almost control my dreams any given night. It's really weird. But yeah, comment down below if you've ever experienced sleep paralysis like this, if you ever saw demons or anything. I didn't see any demons, luckily. I was just like having more of the anxiety side of it, but I'm really scared for that to ever happen again, and to like see spirits if it were happening. I literally would be so scared. But I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, leave it a thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe right down below. I post videos every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and make sure you check out my main channel and go listen to my new original song that I released. It's an acoustic version. I am so excited about it. I really do love that song. It's very near and dear to my heart, and a studio version is coming soon, so make sure you do subscribe to that channel. It's linked in the description below, and yeah, thank you guys. I will see you on Wednesday.